reason why it got so big is that they did that boy like that. They shot him in the top of his head, left him out there, disrespected him. The people rose up, and the local police was so disrespectful that the people just took over the town.
Since I'm in a position to talk to these kids and they listen, I ain't no politician, but I trapped and did go to prison. Now I'm caught up in a system where the motive's apparent. I'm just a product of the apartments probably built for my parents or my parent, but who caring? They planted gold figure. Cop killing me, just a nigga. We protest gorillas.
Darren Wilson is somebody who should have never been a police officer in the first place. Before he even got to Ferguson, he was a part of Jennings Police Department. It's like a neighboring municipality, like a small town right next to it. Actually, the crazy part is Darren Wilson had incidents in Jennings of abuse, of harassment, of so much stuff that he was actually in the process of being fired. The problem is that someone else in Ferguson, which may have played a part in his role of coming to Ferguson. A Ferguson city council member was also a Jennings police officer. She was let go or forced to resign over beating a man so bad they became bloody. He was so bloody that he bled on her uniform. They charged him for bleeding on her uniform. And she became the city council member in Ferguson. She was also an officer with Darren Wilson in that neighboring municipality of Jennings. So you take an officer that has questionable racial profiling, biased pullovers, that it was so bad that the state had to close down the whole entire police department. And he goes next door with the city council member and becomes an officer in Ferguson. Before he even meets up with Mike Brown, he has an incident where he goes to a white resident's house.
New video has surfaced allegedly showing Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson, who shot and killed Michael Brown, involved in another confrontation, threatening to arrest a man who was recording him. See that Sarah Seiger is joining us from Ferguson. She's got more. So what is the latest there, Sarah?
Look, the city won't confirm to us officially that it is indeed Darren Wilson, but they did send us an incident report from back in 2013, October 28th to be exact, of a citizen named Michael Armand, who has basically been contacted, come into contact with Mr. Wilson. Basically, that contact, Armand has said he posted online. The contact and confrontation between him and Officer Wilson back in 2013, complaining of his treatment by Officer Wilson, who, as you know, is the officer who is responsible for the killing of Michael Brown, and that killing has created 3 months of protest. Let you see the video that was posted online by a resident who came into contact with Officer Wilson.
What's your name, sir?
You want to take a picture of me? I'm gonna lock your ass up.
Sir, I'm not taking a picture. I'm recording this incident, sir. Do I not have the right to record?
Come on.
Sir, you just allowed me.
Now, that resident was arrested on other charges. And again, the city says because of the quality of that video, it cannot confirm to us that that is indeed Officer Wilson. We talked to the ACLU about what was said by that officer. The ACLU saying, look, they can't say whether or not it's Wilson, but they can certainly say this, that what was said, that the officer basically said, I can arrest you for recording video of me, was absolutely improper and a violation of that citizen's rights.
Now, you have these incidents. You probably have more, but Ferguson is not releasing his whole entire, policing record. And so you have a person who's shown in one district he was going to be fired, but the district was so bad as a whole, the whole police department was fired. He transfers to another police district and has an incident that's documented. Ferguson doesn't do anything. Then he meets 2 kids in the street jaywalking, and his response to jaywalking is not what he would probably do to some other kids, some white kids. Get out the street, I'm gonna write you a citation, maybe a little scare or something, and tell him to go home. His response is a bullet to Mike Brown's head. And so you tell me Is Darren Wilson, will Darren Wilson ever fit to be a police officer? Mike Brown, to me, is probably like every other kid in St. Louis. You know, every other black boy. Guy with a father who was struggling, to be honest with you. Working odd jobs, trying to make it, but he still looked up to him. Your father's probably your first superhero. And then he had a mother, you know, working at a job, had a new husband. You know, they had their back and forth and things of that nature. But, you know, you always gonna have love for your mom. But he, you know, at the time, he stayed with his grandmother. You know, he was trying to take care of his grandmother. You know, how many of us had that same story? Granny would give you some different kind of wisdom, some different kind of soul food, some different kind of love. And so, you know, he carried that probably for his whole life. You know, if you live in St. Louis, most likely, if you're black and you live anywhere close to St. Louis, you're going to go to a district that's not accredited. You know, he went to an unaccredited school, a school that diploma really wasn't meaning nothing to colleges. And he struggled there. And I think he struggled like most of us struggled, like I struggled in high school. When you go to a school, the school itself ain't built to build leaders and doctors and lawyers. You kind of opt out of it, you kind of ignore it. But Mike Brown had the perseverance to sign up for the after school and for the extra programs and the extra credit in the summer school. Because I think he made up in his mind, and I think I got this from like MB, his father. He said that the world's gonna know his name one day. And so I think he used school like most people. I'm gonna do this, get this out the way and get to my dreams. And so Mike Brown, to me, is like any other black boy in St. Louis or anywhere else in the country. Just a black boy dreaming. But too often our dreams get shot down. You know, because it's you. I'm going to tell you the story that I've been holding really for 4 years. So I was privy to some information on August 9th. That's the actual day that Mike Brown was killed. I actually got to talk to elder brother Shaid and a young dude, Dorian, who was with Mike Brown at the time. Later on, the next day, we had a conversation about, you know, what was really going on, what was happening. At the time, I didn't really know about anything other than that day, Mike was hella stressed. You know, as I understood it, Mike was stressed because his grandmama was having some health problems. Him and Dorian in the street rapping about, you know, just life. You know, like, yeah, your grandma messed up, but man, you about to start school. You know, man, you recording records, you know what I'm saying? Because Mike Brown was a rapper too. I don't think a lot of cats know that. He wanted to be a rapper, so, you know, it's like, man, concentrate. So, and in the midst of that, the police officer just coming to the interaction. And you probably still, you know, like Dorian said, he said he was in the zone. So when the police was like, hey, get out the street, he was like, all right, man, we gonna get out the street, man. We just going around the corner. And they not tripping. They probably vibing out. Mike mind probably not on the shit no more, and the bad shit. And he just working through the shit, man. And all of a sudden, you know, he's like, oh, stop, boom. He get hit by the car. And I think reality snapped probably for Mike, but not Dorian. Mike is probably thrown off guard, like, what's going on? And the officer, like, stop, freeze. And Dorian just said he froze. He just was like, I don't know what's going on. He said that he grabbed Mike by the chest, and Mike was like, hold up. And when he moved back from him, he said he reached in there, shot him, pow. He said when he shot him, Dorian's like, oh, shit, right? So he's like, man, let's go, let's go, let's go. You know, they tried to take off. And he said when he heard the shot again, he said he walked past them or something like that. And I think that really struck me as odd. Dorian said he stopped running and Mike went past him. But the officer walked past Dorian and never looked at him. And then he continued to shoot, I think 4, 5, 6, 7 more times. You know, and imagine this happening in the middle of public housing or apartment complex. Kids outside, people bringing home the groceries, people, you know, coming home from work, going to work. It's a busy spot, man. You know, if you go to Canfield, you're going to see cars probably every 5, 10 seconds, man. And so all this is going on, and Mike Brown's life is being taken. in the middle of the street in front of an entire community with his best friend feet away, and he dies with his hands up, and he left out there for 4.5 hours for the whole community. You know, it was a lynching. It was a modern day lynching, man, to leave a young kid out there for 4.5 hours for all them babies, all them mothers and fathers. It was people who were healthcare professionals. They running out to the body, the police saying don't touch the body, all this stuff. The family out there, the mother wasn't allowed to identify. They left him uncovered for like an hour. You go to Canfield right now, man, it was so much blood on the street that they had to cover the street and repave over it, man. I ain't never seen, I could never believe nothing like that, man, what happened. And I think not only killing him and killing with his hands up and doing it in broad daylight, I don't think that's what made people react like that, but the fact that you could have came 1 hour, or 2 hours, or 3 hours, or 4 hours later and still seen that body in the middle of the street, let thousands or hundreds of people take pictures, thousands of people to see it.
So now y'all see what I'm saying about this whole Ferguson shit? It's pretty crazy out there, dog. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm just basically giving y'all the whole situation in Ferguson for y'all can have a better understanding of the way they're trying to cover things up. See, I really feel like Ferguson is doing this because I think I might have said this on another one, I ain't sure. But I think Ferguson is doing it because they the only media outlet, the only major media outlet they got out there is on their side. So they will, what's the word I'm looking for? They'll twist up the media and put it out a certain way. You know what I mean? Dude, Darren Wilson, he should not have been a cop. How you get fired from, or be about to get fired from one police department and be able to go to another police department in another municipality that's like right next door to it? That's the good old boy system. They say, hey man, Darren is out here harassing black people and we just got too many complaints, we got to let him go. Then somebody from Ferguson said, wait a minute, that's what we need. We need more people to harass more black people and shoot more black kids. That's how you got hired, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll just continue to uncover this shit. You know what I'm saying? Clean up Ferguson's mess. Because y'all got some white people out there that's like real satanic. You know what I'm saying? My honest opinion being that this is my documentary, this is my docu-series. I can say what I want. Example, rewind. This is my docu-series, so I can say what the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? You get where I'm going with this? Might want to cover your kids' ear. But I really feel like some of the people ain't gonna stop doing that shit until their kids start getting shot. I said it, you know what I'm saying? See, because as black people, we responding to our babies being killed. You know what I'm saying? Young black men being killed. Our babies, my brothers, my cousins, my nephews, you know what I'm saying? But we talking to some people that don't know how it feels to have their kids killed. I'm just put that in the air, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna leave that right there. You know what I mean? Cause it ain't gonna get me on no, nah. I'm just speaking my mind. You know what I mean? And this shit ain't fair. Then y'all police, y'all not even. Man, take that badge off and talk to somebody how you talk to somebody. As positive as I am, I will beat your motherfucking ass, man. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know what I mean? Take that badge off and try that shit, man. Shit's sad, bro. We're gonna get this shit together, though. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all go ahead and watch the commercial for Mike Brown's brother for her ready for council. And get ready for the next episode, Jack. Not sure if you guys know or not, but Mike Brown's mother is now running for city council. So I'm gonna run her commercial at the end of this. Y'all go find that info. Make sure y'all get out there and vote. Cause it's time for a change, man. It's time for a change. St. Louis, I'm rocking. You know what I'm saying? I'm Virginia. 2 times. They know that. You know what I'm saying? But I was just so devastated by y'all's history of this police versus the citizen stuff that I just felt like morally obligated. I had to contribute, where I can contribute.
Almost 4 years ago to this day, I ran down this very street. And my son was covered in a sheet. It broke me, you know? It brought me down to my knees. That made me feel crippled, as if I could do nothing else anymore from that moment. But as time went on and I stayed surrounded by support and motivational people who knew what happened was wrong and didn't give up the fight, I learned to walk again. And this is one of my first steps, running for Ferguson City Council of 2019. This is so important to me, and I know a lot of people may ask what makes me qualified, but I'll tell you, if a mother had to watch her son lay in the street for 4.5 hours and watch a community be completely disrespected by elected officials that we elected, what would you do? You would stand up and you would fight it. I'm not going to give up. And when I'm elected, I will be the people's voice and not just the people's choice.
The reason why it got so big is that they did that boy like that. They shot him in the top of his head, left him out there, disrespected him. The people rose up, and the local police was so disrespectful that the people just took over the town.
Since I'm in a position to talk to these kids and they listen, I ain't no politician, but I trapped and did go to prison. Now I'm caught up in a system where the motive's apparent. I'm just a product of the apartments probably built for my parents or my parent, but who caring? They planted gold figure. Cop killing me, just a nigga. We protest gorillas.